Nkandla, 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 hey, hey, hey.
Police Minister Nathi Nhleko today released his long-awaited report on spending at Nkandla. He was tasked to establish how much money, if anything, Zuma should repay. This comes after several reports on the spending, including one by Public Protector Thuli Madonsela, in which she said that 246 million rand was spent and that his family unduly benefited. And after spending almost 2 hours reading through the 50-page report, Nhleko announced that all of these upgrades were security-related and therefore necessary.
Accordingly, the state president is therefore not liable to pay for any of these security features.
In his report, Nhleko also highlighted that the president and his family's rights were infringed upon, both in terms of security and privacy.
The extent of the investigations, as well as the intrusion into the private residence of the president, has resulted in a violation of his rights. His family has concomitantly suffered the violation and breach of their security and safety. It is an unprecedented phenomenon the world over that a president's security and privacy is violated to the degree that we have witnessed in South Africa.
Nhleko did explain that the scope of his report was limited to the extent that it only focused on things deemed non-security related by the Public Protector's report.
The fire pool and swimming pool is a strategic asset useful for fire fighting and therefore is a security feature.
Nhleko explained in a very detailed report that the pool was a necessity in terms of security because many of the houses in the surrounding areas within this homestead have thatch roofs, and if there were, for example, a fire, it would take the fire brigade more than an hour to get there, and that the water pressure there is too poor to be able to manage the fire hydrants properly. So by a security assessment done there, it was established that having an open water source such as the pool there, the primary use for this would be a fire pool, to be able to get the water from the pool there and in that case extinguish the fires.
The animal enclosure, which is made of chicken run, kraal and culvert, keeps livestock away from the security infrastructure, and therefore these features complements the PIDS security fence, the MDB technology, and our security imperatives for fence technology to work, and as such, it is a security feature.
Nhleko also went into a bit of detail about the animal enclosures and how this affected security, explaining that the perimeter security had a lot of motion sensors involved, and in that case you couldn't have animals wandering around not in enclosures because they would set off the alarms unnecessarily, and this would impact the security at the homestead.
The soil retention wall and/or amphitheatre have a clear security purpose as an emergency assembly point for the family and homestead dwellers. Soil retaining wall is critical in holding soil and substrate, thereby reinforcing the soil bank carrying the inner root surface. This area is therefore a necessary security feature.
The minister also explained why they deemed the amphitheatre to be a security feature. Not only is this used as an assembly point if something should go wrong, it is also used for an area where people can be debriefed and briefed. It also strengthens the security road that runs above it, and it also increases the view so that people can't hide out in the area below and near it.
The visitor centre has to cater for, that's the fourth point, visitor centre has to cater for the president's distinguished guests meetings and local constituency meetings. During such meetings, privacy and confidentiality is necessary.
Nhleko explained that there was also a need for President Jacob Zuma to have a visitor centre at his home. Part of his job there is to meet with locals and also to entertain other guests there and have meetings. And for this to happen, it needs to take place in a controlled and a safe environment, and also in terms of privacy, far away enough from where he actually lives. So therefore, this is part and parcel of the security of the homestead itself.
The outstanding security-related work at Nkandla should be funded and completed expeditiously, including the re-evaluation of the current physical security measures
The minister explained that because of all the reports and investigations going on regarding the spending at Nkandla, not all of the security features were actually completed. So this all still has to be done and paid for. He also went further to say that because of all the publicity surrounding the security at the house and at the homestead, they might have to re-evaluate all of the security to ensure the president's safety. The minister's report was tabled in Parliament first on Thursday morning, but opposition parties started reacting even before he held his press conference. Since then, parties like the DA and the EFF have been spitting fire, saying that they are considering legal action to remedy this decision. We'll keep you up to date on this story. You can follow us on Twitter at JacaNews, or you can go to our website, jacarandafm.com, click on news.